Okay, hi. It's Miranda. I have never done anything like this, but why not give it a shot? So, this is my Draw My Life video on critical ID narrative for writing 104B. So yeah, this is basically gonna be a compilation of terrible drawings, but and I also bought this $1 dry erase board, and I'm using a sock for an eraser because I'm on a budget. So I was actually adopted. I'm adopted from Guatemala. I was born October 11th, 1999. I was born in Misco. I'm not really sure how to pronounce it. I don't know Spanish. But anyway, I was brought to Rhode Island at 5 months old by my parents. My mom, who's a teacher, and my dad, who's also a teacher. So it was a pretty big deal, obviously, when I was adopted because I don't know, my family was obviously really excited. My aunt brought the newspaper to the airport when I arrived here, and it was just this big thing, but everybody was really happy. Parents were obviously in love, and then there I was. My mom was obviously really happy because she wanted to dress me up in baby clothes, as I'm sure any mom does. I was brought home on April 4th. That's what a gotcha day is, the day you come home to where you're living. Basically after that, obviously my brother, he's also adopted, so then he came into the family. He's also from Guatemala. He's 3 years younger than me. He's a little crazy. One of the identities I had looked into at the beginning of this project was my love for animals. So this has been a very prominent trait since I was younger. I've always had animals. I've always loved them. I've always had interest to be around them all the time. I had a cat. I had a dog. I didn't have that many animals, but it was enough to make me love them. So my dad and I used to catch things in the yard, and he actually made this catch and release card at his job because he knew I loved animals, and it was a big thing for when I was little. Another big thing about my identity since I was very young was my love for music. My dad introduced me to music, so I was into a lot of dad music, I guess, from when I was 5. This kind of changed when I got to middle school. Middle school was, I don't know, it was special. Around this time, I kind of started becoming my own person, I guess, and I didn't wear dresses anymore. I kind of got into this tomboy phase, but it was okay. So as most middle schoolers experience, there was definitely a lot of bullies. I kind of looked like an idiot at this age. And this is kind of when that identity of being an introvert really just came out. It was pretty bad at the time. I was really quiet. But then I ended up moving schools, and I moved to this really religious school. It was kind of shaky when I was there. I was really quiet in the beginning too, but I had uniforms. That's me in a uniform. But I did make some good friends, including one I have. My good friend Abby. She's still my friend, and she's in a lot of my classes here at URI, so that's really helpful. So around this time, I also started developing new music tastes, and I'm gonna say I'm not proud of them. I was kind of going through the emo phase. But it's kind of I don't know, I feel like a lot of people who are quiet kind of like this music at the time. But once again, I'm not proud of these music tastes. I still like issues, but other than that, no. So then I started high school, and high school obviously is so different than middle school. I was really quiet still. Being introvert has always been a thing, but that's me thinking of Abby because she went to my high school with me too, so I was okay. So in high school, it was really hard to make friends because I was an introvert. I was so quiet, and I just don't know how to come out of my shell. But the friends I did have were really awesome, and I definitely made some long-term friendships throughout high school. Also in high school, this is where my Miranda personality was born. I don't know. They kind of nicknamed me that, my friends, because I really was into memes. I guess I was becoming a funnier person. Instead of being introvert to them, I was being more comical. So being an introvert still, I needed to get a job, and obviously getting a job and being really quiet and scared didn't really work. So I worked at Dunkin' Donuts, and my boss was pretty much awful. Like, he was so mean, and I didn't know how to talk to him. Obviously, I couldn't confront him because I was too scared. All of the customers really freaked me out. Like, they'd yell at me, and I didn't know what to do. I just kind of cried basically in the back room sometimes. But then I started working at FYE, and FYE was probably one of the most fun jobs I've had yet. My boss there, his name was Jim. He was really awesome. He kind of really showed me how to, I guess, talk more. It wasn't necessarily better, but it was better enough to like talk to customers and everything. But still, even though I had a good mentor at the time, I still really kind of struggled with customers. And yeah, that's me in sophomore year. I had really bad eyebrows, and I kind of just make a joke about it now, but yeah, customers made me feel awful because they're really mean sometimes. But also at this time, I met this kid named Steven. He worked with me at FYE. He definitely looks better than that. I used to talk to him during shifts, and like it was just good because I like was able to find somebody that was not in like my school setting that really like understood me and everything. He really helped me come out of my shell, and it's kind of cliche, but oh well, he really did. So then a tough part of my life kind of started at the end of March and like the beginning of April of last year. I remember my mom, she was like, I have to talk to you and Nikki, my brother, and my dad was with her sitting down, and I didn't really know what was going on. I had no like indicators of anything. She basically told me that she had found a lump in her arm and that the doctors had said it's like cancer. And obviously at the time we thought it was breast cancer, but eventually we found out that it was actually lung cancer. And my mom's case was not good. So during this time I just kind of didn't know how to like address my emotions or feelings. I didn't have anybody to talk to. Well, I did, I just didn't like want to, I guess. I just kind of kept it inside, and like it was pretty tough for a while, but I've gotten better after. It's because it's been like a year at least, or more than a year, almost 2 years. So then college applications showed up, and I didn't really know what to do, but I decided on Rick Nursing, which Rhode Island College is about an hour away from my house, and I was going to commute. I decided to go to URI and study animal science, which obviously is a better choice because I definitely like animals a little better than doing the nursing thing. So then in like April of 2018, I got a job at Pet Supplies Plus, which is this cool pet store in Narragansett, and I suggest you go. But it was really awesome. I made some really awesome friends there so far, and it's just been a great time. My music definitely evolved throughout the years, but music really helped me kind of get through these tough times in my life. I also have obviously people like Steven and Abby, and Steven, who I'm actually still dating after 2 years about. But really, animals is just kind of my passion, something that I really hold to my identity as a person. Any advice, I would just say love yourself and just be true to yourself. I think that's really the main goal. And no matter what like you're going through and whatever identities you actually have, but yeah, everything seems to be fine. So thank you.